in peace.
Before we enter, just a few key safety reminders. First of all, please remember to remain fully seated at all times. Keep all of your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside that vehicle. Parents, please remember to watch your kids. If you have any lap sitters, make sure your kids are remaining fully seated on your laps at all times. Feel free to take as many pictures as you like out there. Just keep those cameras inside the vehicle. And remember, we're not going to be able to stop for every single animal we see, so have those cameras ready to take some photos on the move. Alright, let's begin here in the Little Turkey Forest. Let's see what we can find as we go down here. Immediately on your right, you'll see across the water, the okapi, across the water. Also on your right are the saddle-billed stork. They get their name because of the yellow saddle-shaped shield on their beaks. So the saddle-billed storks on your right.
Oh! There it is. Look at him walking.
On your left, you'll see the bongo. The bongo is orange-colored fur, slanted back horns.
Oh my goodness. Can you see it?
So the bongo, often known as the ghost of the forest, because they're rarely seen, using those horns to more easily navigate through tough forest terrain. On your left, you'll see the black rhino, the smallest ever rhino on the reserve, weighing up to 3,000 pounds on average. Well, I did fly this type of rhino by their upper left, but yeah, the smallest ever rhino on the reserve. On your right there, you'll see the greater kudu, tan fur, no horns, one of the taller antelope in Africa. Yeah, we're going past the greater kudu, and we'll make our way here into the Sapi River. On your right side here, we'll start to see the pink-backed pelicans. They get their name because of the pink coloration on their feathers, which intensifies during mating seasons. We'll start to look within the water here to see what we can find. So on your left there, you'll see the hippos swimming throughout, weighing up to 5,000 pounds on average. They can hold their breath underwater for up to 5 to 8 minutes at a time, and even when they swim, they'll sink to the bottom of the water and walk along the bottom. But yeah, the Nile have both incredible animals. But yeah, even for weighing up to 5,000 pounds, they can move quite quick in the water. On your left there, you'll see the Nile crocodiles, weighing up to 500 pounds on average. The Nile crocodile is also known to grow up, they can grow up to 16 feet, and they are able to eat up to half their body weight on one sitting, then they don't eat again for a few weeks. But yeah, being able to grow up to 60 feet in length is very impressive. They're incredibly long animals as well, for also being so fast. They can move very quick through the water as well as on land. Now up ahead here we got the grasslands, some of the more iconic animals in Africa. So as we're passing by the now crocodiles back there, we're going to be greeted by the baobab tree as we start to head into the grasslands. The baobab will be leafless for up to 9 months out of a year, giving them a distinct look, also known as the upside down tree. It kind of looks like the roots are on top. And now that we pass the now crocodiles, we'll make our way into the grasslands. On your right, you'll see the springbok, able to run up to 50 miles an hour on average. Also on your right, we got the wildebeest. The wildebeest, known for their amazing migration abilities, they can travel over 1,000 miles across the continent with as many as 1.5 million wildebeest in a single group together. Alright, so we'll talk about the giraffe a little more here as we get closer. So we'll talk about them in a little more detail just up ahead. Alright, on your left here, you might see in that little cave the African painted dogs. Very successful hunters in the wild, usually led by 2 alphas, an alpha male and an alpha female. They'll lead the group together as a dynamic duo. On your left there, you'll see the sable antelope. They have dark brown fur, long curved horns. Those horns will actually be used as a shield of sorts for the sable to better protect themselves from predators. But yeah, the sable are actually the official emblem of the reserve. Yeah, they are the official emblem of the reserve. Up ahead here, we got the Hartmann's mountain zebras and another Maasai giraffe to your right. Alright, we're going to hang tight here for a moment before we're able to continue on the move. But yeah, we'll get closer to the zebras and giraffes. We'll actually start to round the corner towards the trees once again. But yeah, let's keep moving. Now the Maasai giraffe can obtain food in many different ways, whether that's reaching high in the treetops or bending their necks all the way to the ground. Now the Maasai, or the Hartmann's mountain zebra here, known for their ability to reside in many different climates. That's because of their dewlap underneath their neck. The dewlap is a skin flap which allows for better blood circulation, in turn helping them more easily control their body temperature. On your right, past that smaller giraffe there wandering, you'll see the springbok. Known for their amazing ability to run up to 50 miles an hour on average. They're the smallest and fastest antelope on the reserve. So they're incredible animals. Now the giraffe too are actually pretty fast when they need to be. They usually aren't going to run often, as they're usually going to be going at a slow and steady pace to look for food. But they can run up to 30 miles an hour when needed. But yeah, usually going to be going at a slow and steady pace. Slow and steady pace when going around searching for food. Now that's very important for the giraffes, you know. They could run everywhere if they need to, but then they'd be tired out. But since giraffes are usually going to try to eat for up to 20 hours a day, they need to go slow and steady just to ensure that they stay energized and can eat as much food as they can. Giraffes are what we'd call ruminants. They're constantly going to be chewing, constantly going to be trying to digest food. And next to them are the wildebeest. Wildebeest known for their amazing migration abilities, as they have the second most densely packed population of any mammal in the world, behind us humans at number 1. Alright, we'll go past the giraffes, continuing to slowly go around and look for food, as we'll make our way here towards the trees once again. So as we're heading towards the trees, let's look to the right side, see if there's anything across from this watering hole. Looking to your right, we'll start to see the African elephant. It's gonna weigh up to 10 to 12,000 pounds on average. Now, the African elephant is known for their ability to grab onto food. The African elephant will actually utilize their trunk to basically perform any activity they need. But yeah, they'll use their trunk to pull down branches, vegetation, and any plants that the elephants need. But yeah, their trunks will allow them to pull down plants. They can pick up, put down, push, pull, and even throw objects using their trunk. The trunk alone of an elephant contains up to 100,000 muscles. And they can even use their trunk to pick up water. They can hold up to 5 gallons of water in their trunk at a time, pour into their mouth for a drink, or pour over their backs and sides to cool down. But yeah, the African elephant is very much going to be searching for food all day long, just like the giraffe. So yeah, we'll continue searching for them here, so we're going to try to look for some more elephants on your left. Alright, so I did see some elephants on the left side in the distance here, so we'll go look, see if we can get a better view here instead of just being in the distance. Now you might see some other animals here on the right side as we're going behind the main grasslands there we just traveled through. But yeah, we'll continue to head in this direction, heading down into this watering hole. Up ahead here we got the greater flamingos. They get the title greater because of their larger size. They also have the lightest coloration of pink on their feathers. More of a mix between white and pink. Alright, so we will go around the flamingos, see what we can find up ahead. So we'll head this way and we'll see what we can find. So we'll head this way. So as we're going around the corner, you might get one last good look at these elephants going around searching for food. Also searching for dirt and mud to cool themselves down with. That they'll toss over their backs and sides. And it's a great way to apply sunscreen in a way. Helps protect their skin from the harsh rays in the wild. From the harsh rays of the sun. Alright, but we'll head this way as we'll continue to apply their sunscreen. As up ahead, we'll see what we can find as you'll start to see the white rhinos coming up ahead. The largest type of rhino on the reserve, weighing up to 5,000 pounds on average. We'll identify this type of rhino by their wide mouth, often called the white rhino in Africa due to that distinction. Also applying their own sunscreen in a way. Very important for the rhinos to protect their skin from the sun, so they can be hanging out here relaxing. And what's known as the mud wallow, a mound of mud and dirt. Ahead here on the left side. Let's see what we can find within the trees. As you'll start to see the cheetah. The cheetah able to run up to 70 miles an hour on average. They can reach their top speed in under 3 seconds and all that speed for 100 yards. But yeah, they can run incredibly fast. They're one of the few predators in Africa to be most active during the daytime too. Up ahead here on your left, you'll see the copies. That's the name of rock formations in Africa, found all across the continent. Many animals like to reside by these rocks for the vegetation that grows, but usually found on top of the copies are the African lions. Usually going to weigh up to 400 to 500 pounds on average. But yeah, lions usually are going to be resting during the day, so they can be a lot more active at night. That's because they can see 6 times better at night than they can during the day. So lions might not be as fast as the 70-mile-an-hour cheetahs, but they are instead a lot stronger hunters at night due to their perception. So yeah, their perception is very important. Yeah, they're incredibly strong hunters at night. On your right here, you'll see the rhinos once again. We'll try to get a good view of the lions. And also on your right, you'll see the ostrich. Largest bird, fastest two-legged animal in the world. But yeah, the lions, a lot stronger hunters at nighttime. So, they'll kind of follow similar patterns here in the reserve too, usually sleeping during the day. On your left here, you'll see in that far left corner, you'll see the warthogs. Incredibly intelligent animals, able to hide within this dirt and mud very well, and they can hide within these tunnel systems, which they will either create themselves or borrow from other warthogs or aardvarks. But yeah, we'll go past the warthogs on your left. One more good look at them here. But on your right, we'll get another great look at the rhinos before we exit out here. So on your left here, you'll see the warthogs one more time, and on the right here, you'll see the ostriches. Ostriches, they're known for their amazing durability. They can weigh about 3 to 4 pounds each, incredibly durable, able to withstand the force of a person stepping on them. No cracks at all. Yeah, we got one last stop here. We're going to be going by Magadi Glen. To the Warden's Outpost and the Nigerian Dwarf Coast. They are a domesticated animal in Africa, helping out farmers by protecting their crops. They'll do so by eating up any invasive weeds or plants, so get a free meal from those weeds by helping out the farmers. And then the farmers won't utilize as much pesticide or chemicals. And then that helps out the environment. So yeah, long story short, the goats will eat weeds for the farmers crops are protected, then the farmers don't have to use pesticides or chemicals on the weeds. So the weeds are gone, and then the environment is healthy. That's a very important part of this reserve. Unfortunately, most of these animals in the wild are endangered or near threatened. There are help, though. We can do a lot to protect them through simple acts of conservation. Something as easy as recycling, whether you recycle bottles, cans, plastics, helping out local wildlife foundations, or just being mindful of how much water, electricity, and energy you use in your homes. Performing one of these 3 tasks daily can really mean a lot for the environment. So please, do what you can to help, no matter how small, it could really lead to such a significant difference. Alright guys, thank you for joining us today. Now before we get to our unloading dock, please take the time now to gather our van and all personal belongings. I know it can get a little bumpy out there, so make sure you get everything you need for your next adventure. So make sure you gather van and all personal belongings. Make sure you have everything you need since it could get a little bumpy out there, so make sure you gather up everything on your person. Bye friends, thank you for joining us today.